Any current players or past players on the women's side that you particularly looked up to in terms of your game style, like you wanting to kind of emulate them on the court?
Definitely. Growing up, my absolute favorite was Maria Sharapova. I guess I loved.
She is a 5-time Grand Slam champion, a former world #1, one of the most iconic names in the history of women's tennis. And when Maria Sharapova speaks about a player, the entire tennis world stops and listens. This week, Sharapova spoke, and what she said about Alex Eala sent a shockwave across the entire WTA tour. She did not just call her talented. She did not just call her promising. She called her a voice, a platform, someone whose impact is going to transcend the sport itself. Today, we break down exactly what Sharapova said, why it matters so much, and what it means for Alex Eala's future in professional tennis.
This is someone I get along very well with on and off the court. Again, another physical battle, but obviously against an opponent that was playing on a high level, so I'm glad to overcome it. I was really blown away by how inspired she was. I mean, I was blown away by watching a great athlete.
To understand why Sharapova's words carry so much weight, you have to understand the history. Tennis has always been dominated by players from Europe and North America. For decades, the top of the WTA rankings has looked the same regions, the same backgrounds, the same faces. Asian representation at the very top level of women's tennis has been rare. Not impossible, but rare. And then Alex Eala arrived, a 20-year-old girl from the Philippines, ranked outside the top 100 just a few months ago, now sitting at number 31 in the world, beating top 10 players, filling stadiums, carrying an entire continent on her shoulders every single time she walks onto a tennis court. Sharapova noticed, and she made sure the world knew it.
Victories are so special, but if you treat them too high, and you treat the tough moments as a really big low in your career, it's hard to find that happy medium, and I think that's what that sweet spot is.
Sharapova revealed that she has been closely watching Alex Eala ever since her breakthrough run at the Miami Open in 2025. That tournament changed everything. It was the moment when the tennis world realized that Eala was no longer just a junior talent with potential. She had arrived. She was competing at the highest level, and she was winning. But what impressed Sharapova the most was not the results. It was how Eala handled everything that came with those results. Sudden global attention, millions of new fans, expectations from an entire nation, the weight of representing something much bigger than just yourself. Sharapova knows exactly what that pressure feels like. She lived it herself during her own career. She knows how easily that kind of spotlight can overwhelm a young player. But Eala never flinched. She stayed composed, she stayed focused, she stayed professional, and according to Sharapova, that is not normal for someone her age.
It's not just tennis, it's fashion, it's art, it's culture, it's having a platform, and I think she does brilliantly of merging all of those together. Their victories are so special, but if you treat them too high, and you treat the tough moments as a really big low in your career, it's hard to find that happy medium, and I think that's what that sweet spot is.
Sharapova went even further. She said that Alex Eala is not just a tennis player. She is an emerging icon for Asian tennis. And she emphasized something that every fan in the Philippines and across Asia already knows deep in their heart. When Eala wins, millions of people who have never felt represented in professional tennis suddenly see themselves on that court. Young girls in the Philippines, in Indonesia, in Japan, in South Korea, watching someone who looks like them, who comes from where they come from, competing against the best players in the entire world. That is not just sport. That is something much more powerful. Sharapova said it herself. Tennis is not just tennis. It is fashion. It is art. It is culture. It is having a platform. And according to her, Alex Eala merges all of those things together brilliantly.
So I remember attending the first round of her match, which was a tough match at the US Open, and then I went back home, and then I was contemplating coming back, and I wanted to witness her win, because I think she has such an amazing head on her shoulders, and the game, and I think she has a voice and a platform that's going to transcend.
But what really stood out in Sharapova's words was what she said about Eala's mentality. She explained that the true test of a champion is never how they celebrate victories. Anyone can look confident when things are going their way. The real test is how a player responds to adversity, how they handle losses, how they get back up. And according to Sharapova, Alex Eala already understands this balance at just 20 years old. She does not celebrate victories too high. She does not let defeats drag her too low. She finds that sweet spot, that emotional control that even experienced veterans on the tour struggle to maintain. Sharapova called this one of the most valuable qualities a young player can develop, and she said Eala is managing her mentality with the maturity of someone far beyond her years. Coming from a 5-time Grand Slam champion, those words mean everything. And Sharapova is not alone. Novak Djokovic, one of the greatest players in tennis history, has also spoken about Alex Eala. He said she is great to watch on television, but even better to watch in person. He described her as an incredible athlete earning her place in the WTA for all the right reasons. Not hype, not controversy. Pure talent, dedication, and hard work. Jessica Pegula, top American player, said one loss should never define a young athlete's journey. And she wants Eala on her podcast because of the energy and attention she is bringing to women's tennis right now. When legends start talking about you like this, it means one thing. The tennis world is witnessing something special. And if Sharapova's words mean anything, Alex Eala's story is not near its peak. It is only just beginning. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now. And drop a comment below, do you think Alex Eala will one day reach the top 10 in the world? I will see you in the next one.